I'm going to show you how to conduct a successful client kickoff call. But before we get into it, let's quickly cover the basics. You've signed your first client. Let's take a moment to celebrate. But now it is time to get to work. What exactly is a client kickoff call? This call is where you'll be meeting with your new client to set the expectations, align with your project goals, and overall set the tone for how you and your client are going to be working together. Communication is key when working with your clients, and the kickoff call sets the stage and makes sure that your client is going to have an amazing experience with you. Now that we know what a client kickoff call is, let's talk about what you need to do to prepare for it. So here are some things you need to do before the call. Make sure you have all of the necessary documents from your clients. Some of these things will include the deliverables you and your clients have agreed on, the contracts are signed, a deposit or retainer has been paid, and the final deadline when all of the deliverables will be given to the client. So here's a quick pro tip. You want to make sure that you are clear on the goal of the kickoff call. The main goal of the call is to make sure that your expectations are clear between you and the client. And this is a great opportunity for you to build a connection with them. So do not take that time for granted. Preparation is key. You want to make sure that you're coming to the kickoff call with all of your ducks in a row so your client doesn't have to worry about a single thing. Here are some quick tips to help you prepare. Number 1, review any notes from your past conversations. Number 2, review answers from their questionnaire. This is something that they should have filled out before they booked with you. Number 3, outline any instructions for using any type of software your client will need to use, like HoneyBook. Number 4, create a tentative roadmap with key time-stamped checkpoints. And number 5, write down any remaining background questions you have for your client. Another quick pro tip, remember to review the names of everyone who's on the call so you don't have to ask, remind me what your name is again? Take the time to know the name of everyone in the meeting, and this will make the client feel more seen and start things off on the right track. Next, you want to create an agenda for your client before the call. Prepare an agenda and include it in the meeting calendar so your client knows what to expect so they have the chance to bring additional information if needed. Now that we have all of that out the way, let's get to the best part, which is finally having your kickoff call. Now, the first thing you want to do is really build rapport with your clients. As soon as your client joins the meeting, you want to be warm and welcoming and just connect with them. Get to know more about them to make sure that they feel comfortable and excited to be working with you. Find some common ground with them to keep them engaged. You don't have to overdo it. Be genuine, but most importantly, be yourself. One thing I like to do is I love to go look at my client's social media because if there is a post that's really interesting or maybe they went on vacation somewhere, I always like to bring those things up in a conversation in a really smooth way, of course. It really just sparks that conversation. Or if I notice anything that I have in common with them, whether they have a dog or, we have the same hobbies, really take that time to just do some of that quick research about your client so it makes it a lot easier to connect with them. Next, you want to ask intentional questions. There are a number of things that you need to cover in your kickoff call to make sure that 1, expectations are clear, 2, your client knows exactly what to expect, and 3, they have clarity on the next steps. Here are some key questions to ask your client to make sure that you have everything that you need to move forward. Number 1, can you go over the goals and objectives of what you're looking for in detail? Number 2, who are the other key stakeholders that I should be aware of when working on this project? Number 3, what are your key performance indicators for the success of your project? Number 4, what is your preferred communication method? Number 5, what is your ideal schedule for check-ins? Would you like an update daily, weekly, or monthly? Change this to suit the type of project that you're working on. And last but certainly not least, don't be afraid to ask follow-up questions if their answers are not clear. Now, once you've established a relationship with your client and you have everything that you need, what exactly happens next? Make sure to follow up after your call with a recap email that's summarizing everything that you've covered, the next steps, and a brief thank you note. Make sure to let them know that if they have any additional questions to reach out and ask. Internally, make sure to record your meeting minutes and any important notes for your project, then start moving forward with your project. And there you have it. Now you know exactly how to conduct your first kickoff call. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.